All right, so we're going to continue our second playthrough of um, Cthulhu Providence. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna claim Washington D.C. here. I think it's what's the plan when I left the game last session. So and then it is my turn because we always end a session at the end of the Elder God's turn. So okay, so let's see. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna claim, and we're gonna be able to claim Washington D.C. That was our plan anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Just turn it off. So I'm going to claim Washington D.C. So I'm just gonna place this here, and then I get 5 VP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're catching up. And remove the lock. Okay. Alright, so that's first action. And was that a free action? No, it's not a free action. The free action that we do have, thanks to this Mythos card offering here, is we can, once per turn, discard 1 asset card and draw 1. But let me see, do I like what I have? And then let's see what we're going to do. I only have one influence cube in my resource. Let's see, what can Agent Atsila, what can she do for us? Looks like she can assassinate. Oh, and then she can move. This is an interesting ability. She can move a lock around, and not just ours. It seems like anybody's law. So she can either assassinate or move a lock from one card or city space to another card or city space. That's really interesting. Do we have a lock on the board right now? We don't. No, we do. It's right here. Okay, so is that like only limited? Like yeah, this card like definitely requires a some kind of explanation, because when it says move a lock from one card or city space to another card or city space, does that mean that you can move that lock from one card to a city space and from a city space to um, a card? You know what I'm saying? So it should have been clarified there. But I think if we're taking it at face value, that just means from a card to a card, and it's from a city space to a city space. I think it's the face value explanation. So that's actually pretty good, because remember, with Nyara Hotep, once per turn, you can claim the card, a card or city space or whatever. Um, that has a lock on it. So we can actually no, but you know what we want to do though. Actually, we want to steal this, right? And here's the other thing. No, it says all it says is just a lock. It just needs the prerequisite is you can claim cards or cities with a lock. It doesn't even matter if you have influence on it or not, because they would have listed that there. So as long as something has a lock, looks like you can claim it. And or maybe I'm not reading that right. You know what I'm saying? It's now it's giving me doubts about how I read that. I think maybe what it means is if something has a lock, you can still take. Because yeah, this is why I think that the card is like super OP. Because we can't just make the lock itself the requirement. I think what it means is if something is locked, then you can still claim it. But to claim, you still have to do the things that you normally do to claim it. So I think we might have to reset this game. Because that makes more sense to me. Now, I kind of wish that I had that revelation during the last session, because we wouldn't have to. But we can still keep going. despite that problem, I guess with that newfound epiphany, we can still keep going. Yeah, let's just keep going. I mean, might as well, because we've like played an hour and a half of this game, so might as well just keep going. Despite the mistake, I think that's probably what it means. Is yeah, and that's why I said during the last session that it's important for them to clarify some of these powers because it's easy to misinterpret things. Like in board gaming, in these tabletop games, it is sometimes very easy to misinterpret things. And then if you're trying to look for clarification, and this is the way that I view this. Like my view on this is the same with video games, board games. It doesn't matter. My view on presenting a product to a customer or presenting a game to a gamer, it has to be fully self-contained. You know, like if it's not explained in this rule book, I understand that sometimes you need to add things or there's erratas out there. You know, like if there are mistakes made, I understand that. But I'm just talking about general gameplay. If I can't understand the game with just the provided materials, then the problem is the game. The gamer should not be tasked or given the responsibility to look for these explanations or clarification on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the same with like video games. I think I went into like a long rant about this probably many times in the past. But like if you're playing something like the Dark Souls games or Elden Ring, whatever, you know, I know people like to like understand the lore or whatever, and they go into like they find videos on YouTube trying to understand what's going on, and then they take that as like the official, you know, like a lot of different theories or whatever. I don't think From Software actually confirms or denies anything that the fans are like um, concluded from their analysis of their games. I don't think I'm not sure because I don't go out there and go down that rabbit hole and look for these things. Because for me, when I play a game, whatever the um, information or understanding that I get from a game, that's I'm going to just hold on to that because that's the most important to me as personally as a gamer. You know, that's my take on a game. I don't need to get confirmation from other people to say no, this is what the game actually means. I played the game and this is my experience with the game and that's what I got from the game and that's what I got from the game. It's just like life, you know. You go through life and you have your own experiences. When like say facts are facts, you know, for example, science, um, but you know things that you don't know about, different things you experience in life. That's your experience in life. Like movies that you watch, whatever you get out of that movie, that's something that you got out of the movie. You know, that's a creative understanding, you know, or conclusion that you get from participating in an art form. So same with like playing video games or board games. But I digress. Okay, so I think the power that this thing holds actually is you still have to have a stake on the locked materials. Like you can't just say that just because it has a lock on it that you can just steal it. I think the requirement that you still need to have influence over it still needs to be there. Um, and you still have to win, you know. So like if you're competing with another player with another cultist with a cultist, you still have to have more influence than the cultist to be able to claim it. I think that's what this card means, because if not, it would be just too powerful. All you have to do is just place a lock and then just claim it. It doesn't make any sense, right? Um, because I think they're dependent on the fact that they're dependent on the assumption. It's not the fact. They're dependent on the assumption that the players will go back to how to claim things. And then to claim things, you need to have influence, and your influence need to be more than the other participants on that card or city space. I think that's what it is. So anything that's locked, you can still claim it without unlocking it, and then you remove the lock. I think that's probably what this card is about. And like I said, this card definitely requires some real explanation. Um, but I'm gonna use it that way from now on. So yeah, because if not, like I said, it would be too powerful. It's actually almost game breaking. I should have pushed myself a little more, but I can't really blame myself for this. I know I can't blame myself because this is a problem with the game design. They should have explained this a lot better. This particular card is just, yeah. Because all it says is if it has a lock on it, you can claim it. You know, so you can probably understand how I got to the conclusion that during the last session. So, but I think now that I just sit down and really think about it, because I was just about ready to claim that city that the cultist is on. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for me to just claim it just because it has a lock on it. I still have to do the work. The lock is just there to say this can't be claimed unless it's unlocked. And this card, the power that this card has, or you having recruited the power of Nyarlathotep, Hotep, all it does is it will unlock things for you. That makes sense to me. Thematically, it makes sense to me. So we've already made the mistakes that we've made. I think I have claimed 2 cards without putting work on them. But I don't think that I'm going to be winning this one anyway. I mean, maybe, but then it will invalidate my win. But the problem with playing a board game, and here's the thing also with playing a board game and why it's so important, that these developers provide like a thorough FAQs, explanation, making sure that they got everything addressed, like Fantasy Flight Games usually with their games. Is because as you're playing it, no one's going to stop you, especially if you're playing solo like me. No one is going to stop me and say, hey, I'm not doing something right. And sometimes you don't realize that like until deep into a game. So, which is what's happening now. So, but like I said, I'm going to go ahead and proceed. But if I win this playthrough, I will know that if I've won the game without, without playing it properly. We'll just say it that way. Okay, so having that knowledge now, so what I'm going to do is I am going to use this agent's ability to move locks. I think that's pretty cool. We should move the lock over here so that the second cultist cannot claim this card. So, and then the other thing that we're doing also is now we have unlocked this city space so we can put our influence there. So that would be my first action. Second action, I think I need to get more influence. Either get more influence or place influence somewhere that I know I can claim the card. And the one thing that I forgot, like that I didn't even think about actually during the last session, I was trying so hard to find cards that can reduce the ritual tracker, but I wasn't thinking about cards that can increase the investigation tracker, because As long as we're like close to where the ritual tracker is, then we can't lose the Dagon. So I can also just keep moving the investigation tracker up. So I need to get cards that can help me with that. And um I think I saw one, or it could be like city spaces too. So I do have Washington D.C. So oh no, that's to move up the ritual. That is very interesting. You know, they put Washington D.C. related to a card that can move like a ritual to summon the elder gods. Okay. So maybe I need a city that can move up the investigation tracker. It looks like it's either Arkham or Atlanta. Atlanta will give me 4 VP. So maybe this turn I'm going to go ahead and use my last influence, one influence here. On place it here on Atlanta. So hopefully next round I'm gonna be able to claim that. Okay, so that's my second action. So back to the cultists. Okay, so cultist 1 is going to claim a city and then assassinate. Cultist 1 is this lady here. Ooh, pretty close to. Oh shit. Claim a city first and then assassinate. Thankfully, she's able to claim a city. If she was not able to claim that city, she would have moved here and assassinated me. Dangerous as shit. Okay, so she's gonna be able to. She is the one with the yellow. Yep, influence. So she is going to claim the city, thankfully, and not move to the city where I'm at to assassinate me, because she would have been successful too. Because it would do 1, 2, 3. She would have been successful in assassinating me, my main agent, and the game would have been over. And they would have won because they have better score as well. So she is going to get Indianapolis. So let me just grab the card. Yeah, I'm still gonna lose this, I think, despite our issue with the Nyarlathotep card. I am really struggling to pronounce this elder god's name. Okay, so Indianapolis, there's 1 influence, 2 wealth, and then looks like reducing the investigation track, but it's already at the very bottom. So first thing is she's going to place her influence here. So 1 and then 2. So she's going to place 3 influence here on the card on the city space. And then after that, she is going to move. There are 2 wealth indicators, so she's going to move 2 spaces. So 1, 2. We might be able to assassinate her here using this guy. And remember, I might have recruited this guy using my flawed method of using the Nyarlathotep what is this card? Tip of my tongue. Mystic. I keep thinking mystic. It's not mystic. It's the other word that's the mythos cards. Okay. So she moves 2 spaces, and then this is already done. Oh shit! She's gonna be able to assassinate him. Well, let's see if she's successful, because the VP here is high. It required VP here is high, because remember that after she claims the city, she assassinates. So we claim the city. We resolve the that claim city action, and then after that she assassinates. So she is going to attempt to assassinate that guy, our guy, and she is going to need 6 6 power, because so it's all related to. I guess the thematic way to look at this, to understand this, is like depending on the location, the complexity of the location, it's harder to get to the person and try and kill him. So this is New York City, and the requirement to kill someone is 6 power, which is one of the highest, I think, in this game. It's probably the highest, which makes sense thematically if you're thinking about New York City, you know. Even during the whatever year that this takes place, I think it's in the during the 1950s or something like that. Um, it's always been a bustling city. So let me see. What was the background of this game? It says it doesn't really say. But you can tell from the way that they dress. This is like um, maybe 50s, during the 1950s, 1960s, probably. Um, but anyway, so she needs 6 power to assassinate him. Oh, let me just get rid of the Indianapolis card. Go back here. And then let me, before we forget, she has that city now, so we need to move this here. And then place a lock on it. And they get 3 VP. Okay. So now she's going to attempt to assassinate this guy, and she needs 6, so she has 1, 2. She only has 2 power. 3 power. So she's not able to assassinate him. That means that she failed the action, so she's going to move to the next area. Okay. Whew. We're safe, so maybe we need to move him down here and assassinate her next turn. Okay, so Cultist 2 is going to claim a primary asset card. He would have been able to claim... Oh, no, he's still able to claim that one. So we're going to give him that. And we're going to resolve that one. So this one is power plus wealth. Power, if it's a power that you have to resolve, I think they close a gate, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just make sure. Yep, following the usual process plus the power, the card that was just that we just got. Okay. So where is he? He is up here. He needs 5 VP to close that gate. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he got it. Okay, let me make sure that it also includes... Yeah, I think because it says regular... adding, and then adding that card. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. So he's able to do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So barely, though. He barely made it, but he's going to be able to open that gate. So we're going to give that to him. And gets 5 VP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And sanity check. It is a sanity token, so that gets destroyed, obliterated. Okay. And there are only 6 of those, so there are 4 more in there. So the chance of us drawing insanity tokens has increased because of that. Okay, so that's done. So this card is obliterated. Oh, and then after that, he travels 1 space. So he's here now. But he's not done yet because he has another action on the behavior card and then add influence to the city space. So Let's see, he has 1, 2. Okay. So he's gonna add 2 here. Oh, city space, 2. Oh no, the city space is already it's already occupied. So his friend got that one. So he's going to then move to the next space, which is with me. So I think we're gonna be able to assassinate him. Okay, very cool. Let me just shuffle this because we're at the end of the behavior deck for the Elder God. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this. Get ready for the next turn for the Elder God. Yeah, this game is so much fun. It's problematic, but it's very fun. I've enjoyed myself actually playing this. I mean, so much so that I haven't had the desire to get on my video games whenever I have free time. Last couple of days I've been playing this. So you can see on my YouTube channel, because I record and upload all my gaming sessions. So you see that the last 3 or 4 gaming sessions have been spent on this game. All right. So now it's our turn. We're gonna assassinate and reveal this guy. So he's gonna lose resources. But let me see. Oh, but the first thing I should do is definitely claim Atlanta though. So I have 1 influence here, so I'm going to go ahead and claim that. So I will take Atlanta. So I get 4 VP for that. One, 2, 3, 4, and then I get the Atlanta card in my discard pile. And that's my first action. Second action, I'm going to attempt to assassinate. Let's see. So all I need, because, yep, you shouldn't have showed up in Pittsburgh. Because here it's easy to assassinate people apparently. So all I need is just all I need is 3 VP to assassinate. Do I have enough? I have 1 on him. Yep, I have enough, and then I can use 2 here. So I'm gonna use. You do need a card that allows you to assassinate. So you need a card that allows you to take that action. In this case, it's this card here. Now the card that you use to initiate this action, the power here on the top left cannot be applied to the action, unfortunately. Which actually, I mean, the way it works for cultists is better than the way it works for us. Because for them, they get all the boost. But also just remember that the way the cultists, or the way that the Automa works in this game, they don't have cards. They don't have a hand of cards. So that's why they get all these different boosts and stuff to help them in doing all these crazy things that they get to do. So, but yeah, so I'm going to assassinate. So you can either use assassinate or close gate in the city space where your main agent is, and then you can only use this once. This card will get obliterated, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. It's gonna be worth it. So we'll place that here, and then down here probably better. And I'm going to use these 2 cards to boost my power. So 1 power on each, plus on my agent. I can let's just show this to the camera. On the agent tablet, there's also icons. So, and you add that. You can add that to your total, or you have to add that to your total. So we have 3 power in this city. To kill someone, you need 3 power. So we're going to reveal the cultists. So what's going to happen is The cultist doesn't die, and like I said, thematically during last session, you can consider the cultist like dead and then replaced by a less accomplished cultist, or you can just say that the elder god gave them immortality, but it did injure them and make them less resourceful. But what's going to happen is unrevealed. They have all these different resources in the top left hand corner. So now that they're assassinated, they have been revealed. So now from 4 resources, now they only have 3. And the state of this cultist is now revealed. And then now that this cultist is revealed, he doesn't block anymore. Whenever he's in a space, you cannot claim the card or you cannot claim the city space. But once they're revealed, you can do those things now. So there are benefits of doing this. And then, of course, the Elder God loses 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Because each of the unrevealed cultists actually provides the Elder God with 3 victory points. Alright, so that's my second turn action. So let me draw 3 more cards here. Ooh, I got a city card. Nice. Okay, when I come back, it's going to be the Elder God's turn. Alright, so now it's the Elder God's turn. Claiming Cultist 1 claims a primary asset card. Okay, so let's see. Does she have... yeah, she does. Okay. So now she's gonna get... Yeah, we're gonna lose this, I think, still. So she's gonna get this. Oh, she's out of resources, though. She has 1 left. So she's gonna claim this one. And this is Miskatonic University. 1 influence and then 1 wealth. So where is she at? She is... Oh, we forgot to reveal this. Okay. And we forgot to reveal... Oh no, because we just got that. Okay. Where is she? Oh, she's down here. So she's gonna place... She should have placed actually 3, but she only has 1 left, so she's gonna put that up here. And then after that... Oh, let's resolve this. Oh no, yeah, and then she moves 1 space. So that's from the influence icon, and then movement is from the 1 wealth icon. This card is obliterated. And then the second thing she does, add influence with city space. Okay. So she's out of influence, so what's going to happen now is she's going to grab everything from limbo back into her resource here. That's still considered a fail action, I believe, and so she moves 1 more. Let me just make sure. Okay, if the cultist is required to add more influence than they have a card in city space, they add all they have. If they have none, they instead retrieve all the influence from limbo to their personal supply and move to the next city, as they're considered to have failed at action. Yep, because I did it right. Okay. And then for cultist 2, claims a city and then assassinate. Oh no. Oh no. He is in my space. Oh no, he's not gonna be able to claim a city because he doesn't have any stake on the city. Let's make sure. Nope, he doesn't have any stake on any cities, so that's gonna be a fail. He's gonna move here. He would have been able to assassinate me, which would have been actually kind of funny because look at the assassination boost here, 3 power. He would have been able to assassinate me. And it would have been like a revenge kill for sure. An epic revenge kill from a follower of Dagon. That would have been epic actually if this game ended like that. But unfortunately, he can't claim the city. So that means that he's going to move to the next spot. And then he's going to assassinate. So I don't think he has enough though. Because you need 6 to assassinate in New York City. So he has 1, 2, 3. Maybe I spoke too soon. 4 on his card, and then 1 on his person. So he has 5. So actually, it's not enough. Oh, but look at this. If he was unrevealed, he would have been able to do it. But remember that I assassinated him earlier, so he got gimped. So he's not able to assassinate. So that's fail as well. So he's gonna move to the next city. Okay. All right. So now. Back to us. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Oh, I don't have any influence. So now if I add an influence here, this is how you properly use this card. If I add an influence here, I'm able to claim Indianapolis from the occultist one, even though it has a lock, because that's what that power is. Remember, we had a long dissertation on that earlier. So, but I need my influence back. But I'm going to go ahead and use the New York City card. I think what I'm gonna use here is just to move my tracker up so I can probably hopefully get to 2 VP. So I'm gonna use that. And then second action is I'm going to get my influence back from there, of course. So do I want to buy? No, let's get that back. So I'm going to use these 3 cards. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 influence cubes there to get 4 back from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So those are my 2 actions. Oh, I have a free action. Do I want to replace this card? You know what? Let's just use it's a free action, so even though I've already taken 2 actions, I can still do it. So I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice that card so I can go through this quick and see what we get next. It's the worst card, but that's not the point of it. So now I need to get 3 more cards, 4 more cards, 1, 2. And I have to shuffle this. One, 2. Okay. Back to the Elder God. Cultist 1, assassinate. So where is she at? Nobody there to assassinate, so she's going to move to the next spot. And then add influence with city space. The city has already been claimed by me, but remember you can still add influence to it and potentially steal it. So, and to add influence, 1, 2, 3. She still has a lot of resources. So. Maybe I should have put a lock here instead of up there, because I wanted to hopefully get that person. Oh, not done. Second cultist claims a primary asset card. Does he have one? Yes, he does, unfortunately, which is this one here. Oh no, this is cultist 1. He doesn't have one, so he's going to move to the next space. And then after that, add influence to an available mythos card. So there's only 1. He's going to add 1 to there. Okay. Okay, so it's my turn. Let me see here. Oh, we didn't have any influence, so I didn't do anything really last turn. I can assassinate with my free action here. I wonder if I can get to her and then assassinate her. I might be able to do this actually. Let me see. 1, 2, 1. Oh, I need 3. I need 3 gold or wealth to be able to assassinate her. Because he has a free action and it's assassinate. And then I have enough. I just need 2 power to be able to kill her, which is right here, these 2 power. So what I need is just another wealth to be able to get to her. Because it's 1, and then this actually has 2 wealth to move over there. So the question is, am I willing? Well, might as well, if this is what we're going to do this round. So this is my first action, right? I'm still at my first action. But I'm going to use the free action to sacrifice this card and get a new one. Yes. So I was able to get a wealth and influence. So if I combine 1, 2, it's not enough. It's still not enough. Because this was just 1 wealth before, right? I was hoping to get a card with 2 wealth. And that didn't happen. So that's not going to happen. So we're probably going to wait until she comes. Maybe we should wait for an Arkham and assassinate her there. But you have to be careful when you want to ambush these guys, because if they get to take the action to assassinate you first, then you're pretty much fucked. Unless if I want to move my agent over there and wait for her. But again, that's kind of risky, because you want to just get to them and then ambush them and then assassinate during your turn. So let's see, what do I want to do now? Okay, since I can steal this pretty much, even though it has a lock because of Nyarlathotep's power, I think my first action is I'm going to put an influence there. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use 1 influence, place it there, so I can steal Indianapolis from her. I'll place this here. That's my first action. Second action, I think, is just to get more influence back. Or do I want to attempt to claim? I think that might be a good idea, because this guy is also pretty good. I mean, we need to take that away from her. And even though it has a lock here, remember, Nyarlathotep's power allows us to bypass locks. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use, do I have 3? Yes. I'm going to use 3 influence. So I'm going to have to use this one, even though it has the assassinate, just to be able to get that guy. So I'm going to use these 3 cards. No, not those 3 cards. You know what? We probably just should use 2. Let's just use 2 and keep this guy. Because we want to keep that free action of assassinate. So I'm going to use these 2. Okay, 2 influence. Oh, I see why I wanted 3, because that will guarantee me being able to get it. Okay. Let's buy influence instead then. Let's get influence back. So I'll use these 2 and get 2 back. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we're starting to get all the good cards now in our hand. So we have more of them now. Okay. Cultist again. Cultist 1, open a gate. Where is she at? So she's not gonna be able to open that gate, will she? Yeah, she's gonna be able to, because she has a lot of resources. Okay, so no, is it enough? 1, no, not enough. Whew. So she's going to attempt to open that gate. So that's 3 power here. She has 1. Yeah, Cultist 2 is the one who's very good at opening gates when he's unrevealed. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 power. It requires 6 power to open this gate. So she fails, so she's going to move up here, which is a good place to assassinate her. And then after that, she's going to add influence to the primary asset card of the city. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 up here. Okay. And then for Cultist 2, claims a city. Does he have any stake on any cities? He doesn't, so that's a fail. So it's going to move to Atlanta. And then add influence to available mythos cards. So he has 1, 2, and the only available one there is Herbert Wesker. So, all right, my turn. Let's see what we're gonna do. Even this lady can assassinate. They all can assassinate. This Stephanie St. Clair. Which one do I want? And what do I want to do? I think I should. I think I said I wanted to steal. Yeah. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to steal Indianapolis. Remember that any cities that has already been claimed, you can actually take over as long as you put influence on it. So people can just keep. And if you don't want people to take over your city, then you just place influence on your city. As long as your influence is higher than theirs, then you can keep the city. So in this case, and then when you first get the city, all of the influence is taken away though, because you use that influence to control the city. But to keep control, you have to keep adding influence. So I have 1 influence here, and she doesn't have any. There's a lock, but it doesn't matter because we have Nyarlathotep's ongoing effect that you may claim cards in cities with locks. So, and then you remove the lock. So I'm going to go ahead and claim this one. So take that away from her. So she's going to lose this city, and the elder one's going to lose 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So now I get the city, and I get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Put this here. And then I get that card. Put this here. Indianapolis. Put that in my discard pile. Okay, that's action 1. Action 2. Let's see what we're going to do. Wow, I have control over most cities, which is, they don't have, oh, they have 1. Did I forget to put a lock here? Oh no, I use Agent Atzila's awesome power to move that lock from here to over there. So she has a really good ability here. So yeah, because that doesn't even say it has to be your lock. It's just move a lock from one card to city space to another card to city space. So that's amazing. You can see that she's all voodoo. So that's why she has that amazing power. Okay. So what do we want then? Is the question. I think we want more agents, right? Just keep adding more agents to our name. And but which agent do we want? FBI. This is really good, this FBI card. It forces occultists to take back their influence. Let me see here. Another player retrieves 2 action from a city space or primary asset card of your choice. And then add action to a city space, or add in influence. When this is another player, I wonder if, because I know they want you to ignore any reference to, like when you're playing solo, to other players, but does that apply to cultist? or the Elder God. I don't think they have this address here. I don't have any expectation at all that they would have this address here, to be honest. Let me see here. They don't care. All right. Ignore any part of an effect that would interact with another player's hand, deck, or discard pile. So it's only saying hand, deck, or discard pile. Resolve the rest of the effect to the greatest extent possible. So I guess that's still kind of going to affect the Elder One. So only when it affects their hand, which they don't have, their deck. They might have dicks, but they don't have a deck. And they're definitely dicks for sure. And then discard pile, they don't have one. So like influence cube management, then it's fair game. It says to the extent possible. So I guess that's a pretty good card to get. Let's see what else we have here. Saboteur. What does this do? Move up to 2 influence from a card of city space to limbo. Place this card into another player's discard pile. Okay, so you can do the moving the thing to limbo, but place these cards into another player's discard pile. Oh, because this is a bad card, because you can see it has no resources. So it's like, it's good to claim it to fuck somebody up, and then actually, I wonder. Yeah, because it says no. It says no on ignore effect that has something to do with their decks. So I can't add it here to fuck up a turn for the Elder One, unfortunately. So I guess we would just have to, with that one, because it's a negative card, we would just have to, after we use it, we just have to destroy it. Is what I'm thinking. But will you fuck up their plans with the influence? I mean, that's how I would take that card. Anarchist is pretty good. It looks like you get plus power. Let me see. I think we should try and attempt to claim an agent, though. She has influence plus wealth. You can see that she's pretty wealthy with that fur coat. But she can't. She doesn't have power for assassination. I think we should claim a city instead. We have how many agents? We have 1, 2. We have 3 agents. We have 2 agents. You know what? Propaganda, free action, gain influence from the generated supply, a general supply, and add an influence. Wow, that's pretty good. From the general supply? So you can keep getting influence from the general supply with propaganda? That's... Let me read that, because this seems to be like another really OP card, because, well, I guess you have to draw it and you know play it, but yeah, this is really good, because what happens is you don't have to use wealth to keep buying supplies from the general supply. Gaining influence in the general supply. I want that. So you know what? Let's get that first. So I'm gonna use, I need to have 2 influence though. Okay, we don't have a use for this right now. So I'm gonna use agent, but she also has an assassinate. All right, well, I have to use her card. Okay, 2 influence here. So I can claim that card next turn. Okay. One, two. Okay. Let's see what Dagon's going to do next. Whoop. And she finally claims that Mito's card. Okay. She can't now because the other cultist has a better influence on it. So she's going to fail that. So she's going to move here. Second action. Add influencer primary asset card. There's none there, so she fails that again. So she moves to the next space. Okay. Now, if it's exhausted like this, you can't place. Yeah, you can't place influence there. Okay, and you can't buy that effect because if you once everything's revealed, this is pretty much maxed. Okay. Oh, that was just cultist 1. We'll still have to take care of cultist 2. So. Okay, so cultist 2. He is going to perform its cultist effect. Okay, let's see. Ah, he's going to reduce the investigation tracker by 1. Okay. Shit. We're still good though, but anyway. Okay, so my turn now. I'm going to go ahead and claim this card for my first action. Ooh, Houdini at the same spot too from our very first attempted play session. So let me find his tablet here. Here we go. Oh, he has 2 power. That's cool. And he can't be assassinated, by the way. All right. Okay. Second action. Let me see here. Second action is I'm going to use the Atlanta card. You know what? Let's move the investigation tracker up. So in this case, we move it up by 2. Focus 2. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. See, like the player's turn is like so fast. You know, because like the cultist elder god's turn, like is pretty much taking over like the whole thing, your whole experience of playing this solo. But it is fun. It is fun to resolve these because I think the most fun part about it is just seeing how everything's moving and what they're doing, you know, which is pretty cool. All right. Cultist 1 is now going to claim a city. Does she have a stake on a city? She does, and she's going to steal one from me, actually. So I stole one from her. It's only right that she's going to steal one from me, right? So she's going to get this one. Now I lose 3 VP. 1, 2, 3, and she gets 3. 1, 2, 3. And she gets the lock. But remember, we have the ability to move locks with Voodoo lady. So this is not gonna protect you. Okay, and that's it for her. And then second cultist claims a primary asset card. Does he have a stake? Yeah, right here, up here. So he's gonna. Oh no, that's not his. This one. Oh, but there's a lock. So if there's a lock, The lock is removed. If he removes the lock, does that consider as a fail? Let me see here. I think it's considered a success because he still did something, but let me just make sure. The cultist claimed the primary asset card. If there's no such primary asset card, the cultist removed the lock from a primary asset card where the cultist has more influence than the player. If no such primary asset cards, so yeah, that's still considered a success as long as well, I guess the requirement if it is higher. If not, then it's automatic fail. So if we have the influence is higher than his, he can't even unlock it seemingly. Let me see here. Let me read that slowly. If there's no such primary asset card, the cultist removes a lock from the first primary asset card where the cultist has more influence. So just for them to remove the lock, they need to have more influence. So, but this is considered a success. Second action for them is and then add influence with city space. So 1, 2. Where is he at? He is over here. So he's gonna steal Atlanta from me. Okay, that's dangerous. So we need to start maybe either putting a lock. Yeah, I'm gonna move this lock over here. Using she's not available. Fuck. Okay, so I need to think about that. Alright, so it's my turn. He has the ability to place a lock too. One of his no, is that part of no, that's closing gates. Okay, so he has one card that can place locks on cities and cards. So but this is I don't want him to take over Atlanta though, so we might have to play some I don't know. Yeah, like the like whenever you get these cities, they don't. You're not guaranteed to get to keep them like throughout the game. It's always a risk that it might be taken over. It's crazy. Okay, so maybe what we should do then is let's see. Look at the cards. Where is the... Okay, so we have somebody here that can attempt to assassinate the second cultist. All we need is just 4 BP. Do we have enough? Fuck, we don't. Okay, so let me sacrifice this card using offering. And this is a free action to get a new card and see if we can get power cards. No, we can't. It's just more influence. That's fucked up. Okay. You know what? Let's put some influence in Houdini. Let's try and recruit Houdini next. So oh no! Oh no! Also need a lock to lock the city. So I'm gonna use this. So it's that was my first. It's a free action, right? So that's free action. I haven't taken an action yet. So that was a free action. I can't claim anything. So my first action is I'm going to place a lock on Atlanta. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So make it difficult for him to steal that away from me. I can place a lock on the city, right? That's not just a cultist thing. Let me make sure though, because you never know. City space, yeah. Okay. Second action. Second action, I'm going to place 2 influence on Houdini, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So I can claim that card next turn. Okay. All right, let's see what they're gonna do. Cultist 1 claims a primary asset card. Does she have a stake on any one of these? Yeah, so she's gonna get the Necromonicon card at the top. Let's resolve that. It's power, so that means she's going to attempt to open a gate, but that gate is already open there, and she was the one who opened it. So that's a fail, so she's going to move next area. Okay. And then for Cultist 2, oh no, it's not done. She also, oh, and then she's also going, oh, add influence or mythos cards. So she has 1, 2, 3. They're really battling for this mythos card here. Okay. And then for second cultist, assassinate. Is he with somebody? Nope. So he's gonna move here. And then add influence in that city space. But his cultist 1 already owns that space, so he's gonna move up here. Oh, and since that one, actually, I forgot that the other one got recruited earlier. Oh, she just got that, the cultist 1. So this goes up by 2, 1, 2, and then we get a new mythos card being revealed, and it is William Randolph Hearst. Wealth card can now also be used as influence. That's actually pretty good, so might want to grab that one. Okay. My turn. First action is we're going to claim Agent Houdini. So I only have 1 influence cube left. Oh shit. That was the last card there. So this moves up by 2. 1, 2. And remember that the only we need to make sure that the difference is not 8 or more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they move this like 3 more spaces, the game is over and Dagon wins. So I need to remember that and keep moving that up or getting this down. Okay, and then add another Mythos card. So there's another Mythos card in play now. And it is Carl Jung. Let's see, for this card, when you claim it, you may give this card to another player. You require 5 insanity to be driven insane. Oh, this is very good. That's very good. Okay, so we need to claim that one. Okay. All right. Okay, so second action. I still have to decide what I want to do next. I think we were talking about making sure that we keep up with this. So I have to play one of these cards. Let's play New Orleans, and we're gonna move the investigation tracker up by 1. Okay. Okay. Cultist 1 is now going to perform its cultist effect. Oh, this is removing the lock bullshit. Alright, let's see. Oh, and I didn't finish Cultist 2, actually. Let me just finish this last turn. After he attempted the assassination and he failed, he moved up. I forgot to add the add influence, the city space. So I'm glad that I left it there, so I saw what I forgot to do. So that's 1 and then 2. Okay. All right. So Cultist 1 is now going to do what? Perform the cultist effect. And this is the bullshit about removing locks. This nasty Dagon ability. So Remove all lock from city spaces not controlled by cultists, then claim a city if able. Okay, so he's going to remove this lock here that I place on that city, and then now she is also able to claim a city. Does she have any stake on the city? She doesn't, so she fails. So if she had an influence somewhere, anywhere, she would have been able to get the city. So she's going to move over here. Okay. Well, cultist 2. But she removed that lock, so that's dangerous because now cultist 2 is going to be able to potentially steal Atlanta from me. Okay. Cultist 2 claim a mythos card. Okay, so he is able to claim it, right? No, because he got beaten by cultist 1. So he failed. So he's going to move 1 space. And then add influence. Okay, so his last 2 influence there. Okay. Now, if you're thinking about rule of infinite evil, so like when he's able to actually claim a city, he would claim a city that would fuck us up. So this would be the city that he would have claimed, right? So I just wish that those kind of things also mention or encourage or clarified in the rule book, but it's not. So because he has like 3 city spaces where he has 2 influence cubes on them. So when he's finally able to claim a city, which one is he going to claim? I would say go with the rule of infinite evil, so whichever one is going to fuck us up the most. But anyway. Okay. So now it's our turn. Okay, so we need to make sure that this is... I want to keep Atlanta because it has the card that's able to move our investigation track by 2. So maybe it's not a bad idea to try and save Atlanta. But I need more influence cubes though. I need to get some influence back. Are we able to assassinate right now too? That's the other thing. No, I don't have power. This would be a good place to assassinate her when she moves here. So you know what? First action, I'm going to get my influence back. You know what? I'll have to use this. Should I? Yeah, I have to. Because I've been holding on to this and we're not assassinating nobody. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 influence cubes back. From here, from Limbo. And then second action... Should I buy an influence? Using wealth. Or that would be 1, 2. You know what? I'm going to buy influence. I'm going to buy 2 influence actually with 4 wealth icons. So. Okay, from the general pile. I know I have that one card that can give me 1 free one every time I play it, but it's going to take a while. Okay, I'm almost an hour and a half mark, so maybe, no, let's do the cultist, the elder one's turn, and then we'll stop there. Ooh, we got that card drawn, okay. We got agent, and we don't have any locks though on the map, so we're not going to be able to use her awesome powers. So, okay. Let's see what they're going to... Oh, a total of 16 turns, huh? So far this playthrough. Okay, Cultist 1 claims a city. Does she have a stake on any cities? She doesn't, so she's going to move. Yeah, stay in Indianapolis so we can kill your ass. Or reveal your ass. Okay, and then add influence to available mythos cards. I think because this one is already been... I think it's on the right or left. Because I'm trying to get that Carl Jung mythos card for sure, because that's a pretty good one. First card... From left to right. Okay. So the first card that doesn't have influence right now is William Randolph Hearst. So that's where she's going to drop her influence. Okay, so she's going to drop it here. Okay. And then for Cultist 2, open a gate. So where is he at? He is... Okay, the gate is already open, so he's going to move here. And then add influence to the primary asset. So in that case, 1 and 2. Oh, he's out. So he's out, so he fails, so he's going to move here. And he grabs all of these back from limbo. Okay. All right, let me just check something real quick here, and then we're going to end the session. Limbo. Okay. All right, well, we're going to end there. A very fun second session here for sure. I'm glad that I was able to figure out the Nyarlathotep seemingly super mega empowered mythos card. I was able to resolve that during this session. And I think we abused that card like with recruiting 2 agents during session 1, but like I said, we're gonna keep going just to finish the game instead of just stopping now, just so that we can still continue to learn. But yeah, this game is really fun. Look forward to completing this second playthrough. Thank you so much for watching.